had.
I got a text. Okay, so we are gonna roll into dilemmas now because we have been chatting a lot and we got to get through these dilemmas.
Okay.
And I actually have a dilemma of my own that in my heart, I don't feel like I did the right thing.
Okay.
But in my mind, I know I did the right thing because I'm protecting my heart, but my heart doesn't know that yet.
Okay.
So I'll share my dilemma first, and then I will share 2 other dilemmas from submitters from the public. Yes.
Thanks for submitting your dilemma.
Yes, thank you. And if you don't know what this episode is about, it's basically where you submit whatever the fuck you want help on, and we will answer it on the show.
We'll help you out.
Yeah. And I do have to say a disclaimer because we are not professionals. We are not doctors or have any credit regarding giving advice. So please take what we say with a grain of salt, but
as your friend.
Yeah, as your friend, but like coming from the heart, like this is what we would do. This is what we would say to our child, our friends. We would not try to like give anyone like advice that we wouldn't have done ourselves. Yeah. And I feel like I've gone through a lot of shit in my life. I feel like you have gone through a lot of shit in your life. And yeah, like I feel like, you know, we've been through a lot and we're able to provide these advice to people who maybe have not gone through the shit that we've gone through. Okay. My dilemma is, it's not that bad.
Okay.
So this past, I think it was like Wednesday or Thursday, one of my friends that I kind of don't really talk to anymore, not because of any like drama or anything. It was just like life kind of just happened and we just kind of like stopped talking little by little. But like we do chat here and there, like every now and then, you know, like a hi. She's been trying to come over to, you know, my house now that I have a house, like 4 or 5 times. And every time she tries to schedule to come, she never fucking comes. And that's one of my pet peeves when it comes to like people. Is like, don't make plans with me if you're not going to commit to them, because I could be doing something else, you know, and instead of just like cleaning up and waiting for you to come and then like you never fucking come. Yeah, like that shit pisses me off. And it's happened many times and I'm just like
you're over
shit.
it.
Yeah. And then so I feel like me and her kind of got standoffish, not only because like life and stuff like that, but it started when this thing happened, the situation between me and her. So I'm at home, like minding my business, and this is a long time ago. Okay, this isn't this week, recently, this past weekend. Yeah, this is a while ago. This is where I feel like everything kind of went downhill from our relationship. So, I was minding my business at home, and then I get a message on Instagram from a friend, and he told me, he was like, "Hey, I think your best friend, her man is here with another girl." He was like, "Are you is and she takes a picture, or the guy, my friend, takes a picture of her boyfriend at Dave & Buster's, or I don't know where the fuck they were at. He took a picture of him with this other girl at a bar at Dave & Buster's, and I was like, is this your friend's boyfriend? And I was like, oh my gosh, yes, it is. So friend me calls my friend up, and I'm like, bitch, where's your man right now? And then she's like, oh, he went to the store. I'm like, he's not at the fucking store. She's like, what do you mean he's not at the store? Yeah. And I'm like, well, I just got a DM from someone and they're telling me that they see your man with another girl at Dave & Buster's. And she's like, hold the fuck up. You know, she's calling him. He's not answering. And we don't talk until the next day, and then she tells me that he was at fucking Dave & Buster's with another bitch. They left together because I was trying to go up to him and tell him like, what the fuck are you doing? And that apparently he left with the girl or whatever, right? And so after that, like a few days passed.
Oh, this is spicy.
Excuse me, yeah. And then I'm like, okay, so like what happened? And then
she took him back.
Yeah. So she takes him back. They're together again. And then like she tells, and I'm like, okay, like I told you, you know, like if you felt like you wanted to take him back, like that's on you, that's your relationship, whatever. So yeah, so then so she gets back with him, and then she tells me, she's like, I don't think that I should, you know, talk to you about my relationship anymore. And you know, I don't think it's healthy for me and my relationship and things like that. And I was like, okay, like I never asked you to. Like, if a friend tells me their business, it's because they told me their business. But as girls and as friends, like we just do that naturally, you know, like
Yeah.
I tell you my problems, you tell me your problems. Like that's just
You were being a girl's girl.
yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
so, yeah, so she was like, I'm not going to tell you my business anymore about my relationship. I don't think it's healthy. And I was like, okay, like if that's how
Bye.
you feel, that's
Yeah.
fine. So from then on, like everything kind of just went downhill, right? And recently, you know, she's been trying to go to my house, but she never does, whatever. And then like she doesn't go to my house because like something else is important or like an
Yeah.
emergency. She doesn't come to my house because there's something better that came up.
Yeah.
And she rather go to that because it's more fun, you know, which
Yeah.
that's already telling.
Yeah.
Okay, so the dilemma is that this past weekend, she lost her brother, and she didn't tell me that she lost her brother. What her other best friend, told me, called me up and was like, "Hey, I want you to know that, you know, she lost her brother. I think that we should go be there for her at the funeral." And I was like already ready and I was about to head out and go. But then I kind of stood there for a moment and I'm like, wait, I just lost my grandma not that long ago. Yes, I didn't tell anybody, but I just posted about it on Instagram
Yeah.
that I lost my grandma. I don't expect her to watch the podcast, you know, but I posted it on Instagram. Like
Yeah.
I know you've seen it. Everybody's seen
Yeah.
it. You know, you didn't call me to ask me how I was feeling. I've had random people I don't talk to, people I don't even know who messaged me after the episode
Yeah.
and were just like offering their condolences, like just talking to me about the situation. And if you're listening to this and you're one of those people, I just want to tell you that that went a long way for me. Like that meant a lot to me, and it does not go unnoticed. Even to the people that I don't know and don't regularly talk to, like it meant a lot that you guys did that, and like not even people that are close to me did that for me, you know? So, yeah, so like I kind of just stood there for a moment and I thought about it and I'm like, it does sound a little petty, you know, like you didn't do this for me, so I'm not going to do it for you, but I'm going to explain why it's not petty on my side.
Yeah.
Like my intentions weren't for it to be a petty situation. So yeah, so I ended up deciding not to go because I just felt like, why am I going to be there for a friend who wasn't there for me? Granted, again, she didn't know my grandma passed, but when I posted it, you didn't even text me to tell me anything about the situation, you know? And I say that I didn't try to do this like in a petty way because I've actually been through this before where my bestest friend from high school, me and her were like peanut butter jelly, like how you were with, you know, old girl.
Yeah.
And if I wasn't at her house, she was at my house. If I wasn't at my house, I was at her house, you know, like we were like glued to the hip.
Yeah.
And whenever we graduated high school, we kind of distanced ourselves, but it wasn't a distance as in like we're not friends. It was that relationship where you're best friends, but you don't talk to each other, but when you do, it's like nothing ever changed,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like one of those situations, which I was okay with. But then she got a boyfriend I didn't know about. She got engaged I didn't know about. She ended up moving to a whole different country I didn't know about. And and then she lost her mom and I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And like when you're very close to someone and you build this relationship with them, not only are you building it with them, but you also build it with their family too, because you meet their family and things like that, and then their family kind of becomes like your family, right? So like I was really close to her mom, so I was so sad that she didn't tell me that her mom was sick or anything. That way I could have, you know, seen her. Like if she was listening to this, I would just say like how you would view my mom is how I viewed your mom.
Yeah.
you know? And so for me not to know that her mom was going through something, and then for me to just get slapped in the face of that she passed, was really sad to me,
Yeah.
you know? And then she didn't even invite me to the funeral or anything. I'm friends with her mom on Facebook. And so
Oh,
her family had posted like the
the
memorial
memorial stuff,
service.
yeah.
And because they tagged the mom, I saw it. And so I went for myself
Yeah.
because,
You
you
loved her
know,
mom.
yeah,
Yeah.
so and then of course I saw her there and things like that. And I was gonna message her and kind of like just put it all out there and tell her exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Like she didn't go to my wedding,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and this
I
is
didn't
my
either.
best friend. And I just feel like I thought that she would be the person where if I have this child and my child would like know you and love you. Like, okay, you know that girl mermaid exo, mermaid
Yeah.
hair exo,
Yeah.
and her best friend.
Yeah. Sienna or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, well, the daughter's name
The
is
daughter.
Sienna.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I pictured our friendship would be.
Okay.
You know how mermaid is with Sienna?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's how I thought my relationship
Yeah.
with her would be if I were ever to have a child, you know?
Yeah.
But that was not the case. Like Noah doesn't know her at all. Like she's
Yeah.
non-existent to him.
Yeah.
And so it was just hurtful. Like not only were you didn't go to my wedding, we ended up running into each other at the club one time at a bar. And she said she was sorry, and I kind of like told her, like, I don't know, I just felt like she was putting a lot of effort into other friends
Yeah.
and not our friendship.
Yeah.
And that was really hurtful, you know? But the point is, I went to this funeral and she saw me there. We talked a little bit, and I left, and I didn't hear anything from her ever again. Till this day, I have never heard a peep from her. I stopped telling her happy birthday just because it just doesn't feel right that I'm only talking to you just to tell you happy birthday, you know?
Yeah.
So I stopped doing that. I'm even contemplating like not even being friends with her on social media anymore, just because when I see things, like it's hurtful to see things.
Yeah.
Because like I'm seeing her life change, you know? And like I'm not a part of it.
Yeah.
So it's hurtful to see it that I'm not a part of it anymore, you know? And so like I said, like I go to her mom's funeral. I never speak to the girl ever again. So like for me with this situation with my current friend now, yeah, I feel like if I were to go, are you going to talk to me ever again? Like I'm over here going for you to support you, because I met her brother once only, you know, but I'm going there for her as a best friend. But for me, I was like, why am I gonna go if one, you didn't tell me anything about my grandma, and two, I've been in this situation before and I left even more hurt.
Yeah.
You know, so like why am I gonna put myself through that again? And so my dilemma was, do I go? Do I not go? Did I do the right thing? Did I not do the right thing? Should I have gone, even though like ABC, you know? So like I still don't know like if I did the right thing, but I mentally feel like I did the right thing. But in my heart, I feel like I did the wrong thing.
You did like the wrong thing. It's because I feel like once we hit this age of like, you know, your rights and wrongs, everything is different. I feel like I completely understand, because you were walking out the door and then you were like, wait, it was one thing after another. I don't feel like you respect my friendship like I respect, you know, you feel like she doesn't respect the friendship like you respect it, you know. I hate when people do that shit. When they're like, let's go right here, and then I'm ready, and then I don't ever hear. My cousin and I, we have the worst relationship because she does that shit all the time. And it irks me. One time she went as far as not opening the door when I was ready, because she didn't want to go. I was like, I can't do that to people, because I know what it's like to fucking be on the other side. So I get what you're saying. I don't know. I feel like this one's a hard one, because I feel like you did the right thing for your mental health, but I feel like you feel like you have a little bit of a heartache for it.
Yeah, because I'm a very like people pleaser too. Like I always want to give to people. Yeah, you're like I'm a helper, and you know, like, and not doing this was like out of the norm for me. It's not something I would do.
Okay, so do you feel like this is it for your friendship
with her? Yeah.
You feel like that was the
Yeah,
last
because
straw.
if I didn't show up to your brother's funeral service,
Yeah.
I just feel like that I just look bad as a friend, and that's kind of, I don't want to look like the bad friend, but I've already done so much. I
Yeah.
feel like.
And then I think you were, if you think about it like that, I think you did the right thing. Because you can only do so much. A friendship goes two ways. The phone works two ways.
Exactly.
So if you don't want to, if you're gonna say you're gonna come to the house and you don't show up because you want to go out with your friends and get lit on Sunday fun day, that's totally fine. But don't fucking tell me you're coming to the house and I clean up this fucking house and then you don't show up. And then you post your story. At least post it on your close friends so I don't see that shit. Like, be fucking for real. That's my new saying. Be FFR. Because I'm so tired of people not using their damn brain to, for common sense. I unfortunately have to tell you that I think this is the end of the rope for you when it comes to that relationship. Sometimes you just, there's nothing left. Like,
so we share our location with each other, and I don't know how to unshare it with her without her knowing.
Noticing? Have you Googled it already?
Yeah, I don't think like you can.
I don't think you can.
Yeah.
Unless,
but that
you know what?
What?
I think if you block the number
and then unblock it.
And no, you block it. Unshare your location and then unblock it.
Oh no, we'll try.
You can block
Watch
me.
her listen to this.
Well, I'm sorry. Be a better friend. I'm just kidding. But no, I think Michelle, but you did post your grandma.
I did.
Yeah. So like you posted
I just feel like
I
do a lot for my friends and I don't ever get that reciprocated to me.
You know what? And that makes me really fucking sad because my hairstylist Crystal is one of my best friends, right? And for her birthday, she really wanted to do something. And she told me, she goes, I am always planning shit for everybody. Why can't I get that same shit back? So I was like, okay, fuck it. Let's plan something. But I wasn't going to tell her. She ended up getting flown out to Vegas, so we didn't do anything. But I feel like you Cancer women, like, I feel like you get that treatment. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah, I think that's why me and her, when we met each other that day on your birthday, we clicked like so fast.
And Crystal's I love you so much. If you're listening to this, she's that's my girl. I feel like if I ever need.
She's so fucking funny.
She's such a good time, right?
Yeah.
And her and I, when we met, we got along like that. Like we laughed the whole time. So she's such a good person. But I feel like I get you because I literally just heard these words a month ago. She told me the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And you did post your fucking grandma. I'm sorry for cussing. You did post your grandma. You posted it on your story. You didn't need to literally post her. You literally posted all the beautiful flowers she got in her casket. Like, what more did you need? I didn't need. If I wasn't as close as we are, right? And you posted that, I'd be like, Michelle, are you good? Or like, are you okay? Who is that? You know? So come on. Yeah. You can't tell. No, I don't.
And like,
I don't
if you're like, if you know me and you're a close person in my life, like you would know like what my grandma means to me.
Yeah, exactly. That, and for her to like not even think about you when you were going through I don't like the tick for tack shit. I wouldn't call this tick for tack because it's like you do something and then she does something. But right now it's more like we're the grown-ups now. We're not teenagers. We're not kids no more. We're the grown-ups now. So if I see that my friend is hurting or my friend posts like a funeral service, I'm going to reach out to my friend. Yeah, I'm going to look out for you. So I think you did the right thing. As someone who's like literally went through the worst fucking ending of last year, I'm so tired of like trying to be the bigger friend, the better person.
Yeah, me too.
I'm like this. Like I don't want to be friends with anybody that I have to beg for a fucking friendship for.
Yeah, that's exactly how I feel.
See ya, deuces, sayonara. I don't want it. I don't want it. I think we're grown-ups. The phone works two ways. Just
and
like
best friend breakups are like, I feel like honestly a little harder than like a boyfriend girlfriend breakup. Because you like share everything with them.
Yeah, I thought about that. Remember about that incident?
I've slept with like my best friends next to me. I
would literally walk in her house. Literally, I would walk in without knocking. And I wish her dad already knew me.
I have cried on their shoulders. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, and friendship breakups hurt. Like
they hurt a lot.
I'm still hurting. This happened last October. I'm still hurting. I think about them all the time, you know. And I wish them well. And I miss Vale so much. Vale, if you listen, I miss you so much.
I thought you were going to say her name.
No, I'm not saying people's names I don't miss. But I miss, my friends sometimes. But And it hurts. It hurts more when it's from the people that know everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
When it hurts more when it's the people that go pick you up from your one night stands for, oh, we nicked in this person.
our we had like a PPG moment too, you and me.
Yeah.
Remember the third person?
Like
that was kind of sad for me too.
Yeah, and I'm sure it did because you went to Hawaii together.
Yes, bitch.
BFFR. Okay.
Yeah. Like that situation sucks. Like I literally have our last text message together still.
Yeah.
And it's just like, for me, it's just like, I just always give.
Yeah. No, and I'm telling you,
I'm tired of giving. Can someone give me?
Yeah. I'm tired of giving. I'm tired of fucking being the fucking friend that is down to ride. But when I needed my fucking friend, never mind. But anyways,
yeah,
I think you did the right thing. It's 2024. The phone works two ways. We don't literally have to like be like, hey, how are you every day? But
yeah,
once in a while, check in. You and I, we don't talk every day, but we check in, or we'll send each other funny shit, know. And I appreciate those friendships. I don't have to talk to you all day, every day, Yeah. But I'm really thankful for the friends that I have, because when I was going through it, they were all there like, it's gonna be okay, you'll be all right. But it's 2024, babes.
Yeah. Let me read the next dilemma, a real dilemma. Okay, so I was in a relationship with someone for about 3 years. There were no expectations of our future, and we were just having fun. Traveling internationally, concerts, having unprotected sex, etc. My family and I truly thought he was the one for me, but within the last year, I knew something felt off. But in the last 6 months, I caught him online cheating and paying girls on apps for special FaceTime calls. It hurt me to the core, and he begged for forgiveness and another chance, which I stupidly did. Within the last week, we were arguing more than usual and having a lot of differences. I have a very smart mouth and tend to say really hurtful things when I'm mad, and apparently that was his last straw. For me, I thought him cheating should have been my last straw, but I had so much hope into what we could have been. I'm in the process of moving out of his place, but he's very adamant on taking me to work. In parentheses, she put, I work very close to his house. Making sure I'm fed and acting like we're good friends while I'm at his house, but also telling me he doesn't want me to confuse his kindness and caring for him rebuilding feelings for me. He's also wanting to remain friends afterwards, since we used to get along while the times were good. Am I being over emotional? And how do you guys get over things like this? I've never been so invested in someone who changes their mind so often, and I don't know why, but I can't stop crying about this. I've been hurt by men before, but for some reason, my mind can't process all of this.
Oh my God.
Okay, so your first question is, am I being over emotional?
Absolutely fucking not. Are you serious right now? I could never imagine. Well, I can. Like, imagine being with someone that you love. You go on their phone. They say, what is that? Curiosity kills the cat, right? And then you see some shit like that, right? Like, as a woman, that shit makes us feel like we are not worthy. Like, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, man? I can't express what I'm thinking because I want to cuss him out. It's one thing to talk to somebody. To me, cheating is like sleeping with someone. Like, I feel like, to me, that's
not
cheating.
Even for me, it's like, even if you're flirty talking, that's cheating.
I feel like you could talk to someone, but it's because I talk to people all the time. But I feel like, to me, like, the ultimate betrayal.
But when you start flirting in those messages, that to me.
But like, special, what is it? Special request? Was this OnlyFans or what the fuck does it say?
She said text message. They were messaging each other.
It was just one?
Yeah, because FaceTime is messaging. She said paying girls on apps for, so he probably was doing something online, like some kind of online, like, like sex
stuff
thing. I don't know. And then was like, hey,
Send me a picture.
I want to talk. I want this in person or something.
I had to
Maybe it
pay
was like
for
on
that.
webcam.
So imagine like,
And it's like I want this on FaceTime.
okay, I want her to just think about this real quick. Imagine you going to work every day and y'all splitting the bills half and half. You are sitting at a computer and your ass is hurting from where you're working, and your man is over here paying people to send them a FaceTime call. And there you, let's say you have a split or like a joint account.
No, fuck that.
Exactly.
You're not fucking putting my money
you gotta
into
constantly think about, bitch,
your money,
your
fuck
money,
it. Our money, your
yeah. So from what they're sharing a household. No, they're sharing a lot of things.
Yeah, they live together.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys go half on something, even if it's grocery shit. You're spending our grocery money on these bitches online. Absolutely not.
But the audacity of him to be like, "Oh, I can take you to work." First of all, the moment you found out, you should have just moved out that day.
Yeah.
And second of all, like, why are you taking rides from him, sister?
No,
like, do
but
you not have a
we
car?
gotta think about, yeah, that's what we gotta think about. We gotta think about,
But
like,
even
her
if she doesn't have a
situation.
car, though, like, ask your friend, ask your family. Like,
Get a scooter.
yeah, if it's like so close,
Yeah.
like an Uber's not gonna be that
I'm gonna
expensive.
tell you something. I feel like a lot of people here, you know, you and I don't have my mom here. I only have one aunt here. For me, it's always been harder to just dip and deuces bye because I don't have any support. So, but from the looks of it, you have support. Girl, go back to your mom's house. There is no man in this world that is worthy of you sitting at home crying. No, I just feel like I've gone through so
what's
much.
that saying? He wants to have his cake and eat it too.
Literally.
Like that's what it's giving.
It's giving,
like
he wants to keep an eye on you
yeah.
and still do him.
Yeah.
Hell no, you have no access to me.
No.
You will never have any access to me ever again if I found some shit out like that.
Yeah.
Mama, you gotta love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, no one's gonna love you. So
I think like for me, when I was single, what got me through the mentality of like not texting him, not calling him, and like was the fact that I kept telling myself in my head, if he does not give a fuck about me, why the fuck do I need to give a fuck about him?
Yep.
Like if he's not out here, like, you know, crying for me or trying to win me back or whatever the fuck, like why am I going out of my way to look crazy and to look like I miss him for fucking what, when they don't care?
Yeah.
Like
and
for what?
There's so many men out here that will do it. Anything you want. Like I've learned this, believe me. Believe me, there's men that are willing to give you the world if you literally just let them go. I promise you, there's nothing special. There's someone always smarter, taller, richer, finer.
Her next question was how to get over this. And what did she say? Yeah, she doesn't know how to get over it.
You block him and you pretend he's never, you delete everything, you block him. And I know we're talking shit, but it's a lot harder said than done.
Yeah, for sure.
But the first step is
block.
Literally putting yourself there. You got to literally block him. Like block the thoughts, block the memories. You literally.
And you block the thoughts by keeping yourself busy. Do things for yourself. Do Pilates. Go work out at the gym. That's why girls are their fucking fittest when they're single.
Yep.
Because they're working on themselves.
Yeah.
So.
And one thing.
Yeah.
One thing.
What?
They always come back.
They always fucking
come back, and they come back when they see you at your fucking best. So
and then that's when you have to be your fucking strongest.
Yep.
Don't let don't let all your work go to waste.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna have to climb Mount Everest, swim the 7 oceans.
7 seas.
7 seas. I said oceans. 7 seas. And then I think, man, I just sometimes like, it's me, because I have kids. I've always thought like that. I've always told like my friends and my family members, if you have no kids, you have no attachments. That's it.
It should be easier.
It should be a billion times easier. Everything gets complicated when there's a baby in a diaper that has to be bought. But if you have no kids, girl,
Call yourself lucky.
Yeah.
If you have no kids.
Lucky, or even like, shit, as someone who has kids, if I didn't have any, in my early 30s, I feel like this is my prime.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something.
What?
I had some evil bitch. You know exactly who I'm talking about. You hate her too.
Okay.
Make sure you don't leave this part out. I had some evil bitch once tell me that my primes had passed already. She said, Tania, girl, your prime was like back before you had Eli. Bitch.
I could totally see her saying
Little
that.
do you know, I'm at my motherfucking prime because I make more money than I've ever had in my entire life. I bought a house. My car and my van I own under my name. So this is my prime. And I have kids. And I feel like this is my prime.
Not just that, but everyone always says too, like your 30s are the best years of your life. Because you've already gone through a lot of shit. You've learned from it. You have money. And now you're just living your best life. That's what everyone says.
I literally just traveled. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to travel some more. Because I honestly felt the taste of traveling. It's been really hard for me to travel when the kids were smaller, now they're bigger. But now that I'm going through what I'm about to go through, I literally cannot wait. Like I taste my freedom. I taste my freedom and I cannot wait. And I hope if she listens to this, I hope you take it from someone who's had all the odds against them, who's had kids, who's been married to a narcissist and a liar, I'm telling you, man, if you don't have any kids, no attachments, this is going to be 10 times easier. Block him and live your best life.
Yeah. Focus on yourself. Whatever, goals you have set, work it out and try to chase them.
This is your prime. Don't let no one ever tell you what your prime is.
Period. And that's why I never liked her as your friend.
Oh, honey. Because I sit here and I think back and I'm like, you bitch, you were so fucking mean. I don't know why I never stood up for myself.
Yeah, she said a lot of mean things to you.
Very mean things to me. One time
that's not a friend.
And I didn't know any better because she was my only friend for so long. Bitch, one time, make sure you don't leave it. Make sure you play this too. One time, I think I had just had Agustin, so obviously I was a little swollen. I think I told you, right? I don't know if I told you. So we're going for my friend's dinner and she calls me on FaceTime. I can't wait for her to hear this shit so she can know how much it affected me. She calls me on FaceTime. I was like, hey, do you want to come? And she's like, oh my God, I'm down. She goes, what are you wearing? And I had just bought like this two-piece, like, you know those skirts, midi skirts and two tops at a certain point. I had just bought one, a pink one, and she looks at it and she goes, wow, you're so brave.
Wow, the shade.
I was like, I didn't think about it. Like,
I would if I didn't like an outfit that my friend was wearing, I would be like, look, I think it's cute. I wouldn't wear it. I
wouldn't even say that because that's her style. That's her style. I would be like, oh, okay,
she said that comment like as if it was about like body shaming.
Yeah,
like she was
absolutely.
First of all, I would never body shame anyone. Yeah. I would specifically be talking about the outfit itself. Yeah, I'm not body. I wouldn't.
She goes, wow, you're so brave, and I was like.
Brave about what? Wearing
the outfit because I guess it was too tight for someone who had just had a baby. I was too swollen at the time. I don't fucking know, right? Hold on, it gets worse. Oh, I guess this gets worse. So, yeah, she tells me that, and I'm like, well, I like it. Yo de pendeja. I was like, well, I think it's cute. I'm gonna wear it. I don't give a fuck. I'm an Aries at the end of the day. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks.
Yeah, so but I'm sorry to cut you off. Yeah. When I said that, I mean like I'm not gonna have my best friend walk out looking crazy. Yeah, is what I meant.
And I didn't look crazy. Like I'll show you the picture. It's from like 3-4 years ago, right? So then like I take some pictures, mind you, like I'm barely feeling myself. I had just had Agustin. This was 5 years ago to be exact, because Agustin turns 5 next month. And I post a picture. Obviously, I edit my love handles out because I had just had a baby. And she goes, that's not what you look like in person. And I was like, huh? And she goes, yeah, like that's not what you look like in person. She goes, why did you edit that? And I was like, well, I was like, well, I mean, I edited a little bit. She goes, Tania, this bitch goes to the extent of saying, look, I have a video of you when I'm leaving the restaurant. That's not what you look like in the picture.
Bitch, who gives a fuck?
Okay. You would think like my best friend you would think.
I'm gonna use all the motherfucking filters I want.
Yeah. And you know
I'm gonna Photoshop the shit out of myself. I don't give a fuck.
Hold on, she used you as an example. She goes,
me?
Yes, this is why I'm telling
I was like, me?
Yeah. She goes, oh, you're turning like, what's her name? She uses filters. Like, And I was like, obviously I told Valenchata this story when we were best friends. And she was like, fuck her. Like, that's not what a real friend's supposed to tell you. They should be under your picture like, hell yeah, you look fucking good. Like this and that and this and that. And I was like, damn, bitch. Like, you really are my biggest hater at some point. Yeah. I'm sorry that you're too insecure that you cover your body and that you feel like you never bounce back after your 2 boys. That's you, bitch, but that's not me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna wear whatever the fuck I want to wear, and if you have a problem with it, suck my dick.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's just her insecurities showing.
Yes, and and it took me so long. It took me after I was friends with you and Vale and Chata and Crystal to realize what friends are actually like, because they would be like, bitch, wear what do you want? You look fucking bomb. Oh my god, I love what you're wearing. I have never felt it more better than myself until I literally stopped fucking with her. I didn't have any friends back then. She was all I had for so long. So I didn't fucking know any better. And I was so fucking dumb. But now that I'm a grown ass 31-year-old, I'm like, dude, I can't believe I put up with this bitch for so long. For so long.
I told her that was not her friend.
And it took me a minute until
I was not being a hater, even though I don't like the girl.
It took me so long.
Like, because you guys were friends for a while when you and me were talking. And like, I didn't care about that, about your relationship with her. But the things you would tell me about like what she would say to you, I was like, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, and I think that's what, at the end of the day, I think she gave me an ultimatum.
About me and you.
Me and her. And I was like, bitch, I'm going to do whatever I want. At this point, I'm grown. Yeah. Our kids are related. Like, I'm doing this, whatever I want. And I didn't think you were a bad person. I think I was in people's business that I shouldn't have been. And I was like, no, I'm going to fucking think for myself. Because for a long time, she would think for me like a fucking idiot. But it took me a while. And yeah, fuck that bitch.
That's crazy.
And you know what? I saw this post that said, do you ever wonder why you never see people that you used to hang out with? It's because the universe is letting you know, like, they're not part of your life or something. Yeah. And I've always wondered what it would be like to bump into her again. Like, she'll probably want to fight me. Bitch, you going to jail. You're not touching me.
She would not want to fight you.
What do you want to
She doesn't seem like a fighter to me. Is she?
I think she would just be like, I think she would say something. Or she'll probably look at me and I'll look at her. I don't know.
She gives me Chihuahua vibes.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. I literally don't know. But I don't care. I don't give a fuck to know. Congratulations on your daughter, by the way.
She has a daughter?
I heard she had a daughter. That's all I know. I don't care. That's that. But yeah, I wanted to tell you that because I felt like I needed to say it out loud. Yeah. And let the universe know that's not your friend.
Yeah.
And don't come at me talking about why I let her talk to me like that because you'll get blocked. And I'll be blocking people left to right.
Okay, so the last dilemma, the subject line they put, my husband and I got in a fight over burgers. Okay, so she says, I never made burgers, and so I gave it a try. I fucked them up. I apologize and offer to make him something else. He gets so pissed that he calls me out of my name, throws slugs at me. I think maybe he's stressed from work. I said to keep the peace. Do you want to eat something else? I gave him 2 options that I can make quick. Mind you, I work a 9-to-5 job. He gets pissed off because I fucked up the burgers, all while I'm fighting back. He makes me feel so bad that he leaves to go upstairs to cool off. He comes down and is like, what is there to eat? And I said the 2 other options, but I add, you can make it yourself. He is like, go buy me some food. And I'm like, no, you can't even apologize for how you made me feel over stupid ass burgers. And he starts by saying, in quotes, I'm sorry, but you have to understand my point of view. And I said, nah, regardless of how you felt, you should have never called me out of my name. And this is when I start crying because I go upstairs to calm down so he won't see. I then come downstairs and he's like, let's just move on from this. And I said, perfect. He asked me how my day from work is. And I said, I don't want to talk to you. We've been together 7 years, married with a 5-year-old son. He's not always like this, but as of recent, I felt distant towards him. He will never hear my side of he will never hear my side or say sorry without a but in there. I'm broke. I can't afford a one bedroom apartment or move out with all my expenses. I'm stuck in a hole and he's not picking me up. I'm tired and scared that this is my life. I can't leave. Just want to vent. Thank you for allowing this safe space for us. I love these segments.
Oh.
This is why we do it. Okay. So
Speaking of my toxic, there's
okay, so like all the burgers and like the 9 to 5, like okay, I feel like you just told me a story, but like I feel like the real issue here is I'm stuck in a hole and he's not picking me up. I'm tired and scared this is my life. I can't leave. I feel like those are the 3 problems here. And it's not really about this whole story of burgers that she gave us.
Well,
Like about the argument. I feel like the core situation here for her is I'm stuck in a hole and he's not picking me up. I'm tired and scared that this is my life and I can't leave because she said she's broke and can't afford a 1 bedroom apartment. So it sounds to me like
she's fed up.
Yeah, you don't want to be in this relationship anymore, but you feel like you have to be in it because you feel stuck.
Financial.
So I guess my question for you is, what did you say? I'm stuck in a hole and he's not picking me up. How do I say this?
She reminds me of me. She reminds me of my New Orleans situation. I feel like it's just the tip of the iceberg. I feel like as a woman, you deserve better. Burgers can't be the root of this. You know what I'm saying? It was just the top. But even if, look, one thing's for fucking sure. Man, these dilemmas, these men got some balls, bro. I swear, I don't know what the fuck is going on, what mosquito done bit y'all, but this is crazy. The fact that you guys are disrespecting women this bad. Imagine, bitch, she works her ass off and then she's still trying to cook something for him and he still gets mad.
Yeah, ungrateful.
It sounds like he's just fucking asshole.
Okay, so from a marriage standpoint, since you guys are married, I feel like marriage falls apart because it's either money or communication. In this situation, I feel like it's communication. Mm-hmm. You feel a certain type of way. I feel like you guys just need to talk to each other. If you haven't already, tell him how you feel. Tell him exactly that you feel like, that he's not picking you up. Explain to him, I work from 9 to 5. I come home, I feed you, and this is how you come at me. And his response is going to be very telling. If his response is, well, I fucking work and is being defensive, red flag, get out, because it's not going to get any better.
Nope.
If you tell him how you feel and his response is, I'm sorry, I'm going to be better, then I definitely feel like there's potential in that relationship and it can work out. But continue to work on your communication with him. Tell him how you feel. Always, and see if he can open up and tell you how he feels too, because maybe he didn't mean to lash out on you, but maybe something went wrong at work and he just took it out on you, because I've had that happen to me a few times too, where he just has a bad day and he just comes home and he just throws it on me, and I know that it's not me. I know it's him. And later in the day when he gets himself together, we'll talk about this moment that just happened, and how I felt. That's where, communication comes in. So I feel like my advice to you is talk to him and see what his response is. If he's gaslighting you, being defensive, then it's not going to get better. I'm sorry. It's just not. You guys been married for 7 years now. And do you want to be in a marriage of 10, 15, 20 years and it's still be, still have these problems, still living this life, And another thing is, you said that, you're broke and you can't leave. Where's your money, girl? You're working 9 to 5. Where is the money going?
Yeah.
Are you paying all the bills and he's not paying any
Are you
bills?
going 50,
Like,
50?
are y'all going 50-50? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
You should definitely always have a savings, you know, in case of emergencies. But if you don't, which I know a lot of us, don't,
You start it now.
ask for help, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of women, we are scared to like ask for help and be vulnerable and ask our friends like, hey, can I stay with you for a month or something? Like, I just need to, you know, a friend is going to help you. A friend is not going to ask you to pay bills or whatever. A friend is going to have you there and for you to save up your money so that you can go and, you know, find that 1-bedroom apartment, you know. And if you get no's from one friend, then ask another friend, ask a family member, you know. There has to be someone, you know. Ask me and I'll see what I can do. We'll figure it out. But yeah,
I feel like I'm her. I feel like I know exactly where she's at. I feel like I've been in her shoes. One kid is okay. One kid, the world's at your feet with one son.
Yeah, she has one kid.
Yeah, so. Believe me, as someone who was a single mom for a while, I only had one kid, and when I tell you I lived my best life as soon as I left, because I didn't want that. I didn't want that. I felt like I was unappreciated. He was so ungrateful. I felt like it was always about him. It was never about me. But my red flag here is a 9 to 5. Mama, you have a job. So if you're going 50-50 on the bills, take 100 out for you. The next week, take another 100. O sea, my mom, whenever I left, you know, Eli's dad, she was like, hold on to your money and do not let it go. And that was like the best advice I could give her.
And I think too, like, if you feel like you can't leave, like, and you feel like you need to stay for a little bit, then like just hold on to your underwear, stay, pull through, just so you can save that money. As soon as you save that money, leave. You know, if you need to use him a little bit, you know, then fuck it.
That's what my mom would say.
Him and then dip.
Yeah, my mom would say like, "Este pendeja," literally, like, you like if you're, let's say like if you, I don't know, because she said, I don't see my life like this for more. This is not the first time. I feel like she's been feeling like that. You know what I'm saying? Because she's like, I don't see this being my life for a long time.
Yeah.
If you feel like, you know, you see, one thing about me, I've been trying to escape where I'm at currently. And I've always said that to myself. I'm not going to be able to afford it. I'm not going to be able to afford it. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But you're going to come to the point where you're like this. You're fed the fuck up.
Yeah.
Nothing is going to stop you. Nothing and nobody's going to stop you. And that's when you'll know you're out. So now if you love him and he can't, and you know, do that method where, you know, you list his pros and his cons. And if the pro,
I've done that before.
Yeah, shit, I did that recently. And mama, I gotta go. There was 3 pros and like 17 cons. Yeah. And if you feel like his cons are way bigger than his pros, you gotta go. I'm telling you, you don't want to live this life.
Yeah.
I lived my best life as soon as I stepped out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Co-parenting, you'll be fine. Some people are like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. But if you feel like if in your heart you can do it, my son lives the best life. Eli lives the best life. He has 2 families, 2 houses, splits Christmas in half, splits Thanksgiving in half, gets birthdays, gets
a
one
lot
birthday.
Of people stay because of their kids too.
Yeah, no.
But their kids know. Your kids will know.
Yeah, tell me about it. My kid lives a good life co-parenting. I mean, he literally gets the best of both worlds. I don't ever discourage women by like, oh, maybe you should stay for the kids. Girl, it gets worse.
Don't stay for the kids.
Don't stay for the kids. It gets worse. And I do want to say something because I remember my mom said, as soon as he crosses that line of calling you a bitch, a pendeja, and this and that, all of the respect is out the window. There's nothing that's gonna bring respect back. Even if it was over burgers, like even if it was over fucking gum, if he calls you that bit, there's no respect there anymore. There's nothing left. So you gotta think about that. I think about that all the time. Yeah. So that's my advice for her.
communication.
And if you ever want to talk, DM us.
Yes.
Because I always would love to match the faces with the story.
Yeah.
And if you need help, we can help each other. Because I'm
Yeah.
currently going through that right now. So
Yeah.
DM us.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in and
So
being
good.
here for this long ass episode. I think we're like 2 hours in.
We're going to cut it down as much as we can, but we're not going to let go of the good details.
But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for submitting your dilemmas. Again, these are always anonymous, just because I don't want to put a face to the name or anything like that. Just sharing your story, and then maybe someone else has a story that's similar, and listening to this advice can just help multiple people.
Yep.
But thank you guys so much again for tuning in, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you again in a month.
All right.
For the next dilemma. But you guys can always send dilemmas anytime.
Send them.
Yes. Thank you. Bye.